Before a king ever wears a crown, something happens inside him. There is a quiet feeling, difficult to explain, that life was always meant to become something more. Some people spend their entire lives searching for that feeling. Others seem to carry it from childhood, like a small flame hidden behind the heart, waiting for the right moment to rise. If you have ever felt drawn to the symbol of Leo, you may recognize some of the qualities traditionally connected with it. This is not about predicting your future, and it is not about telling you who you must be. It is an invitation to explore an ancient archetype, one built around courage, creativity, generosity, pride, loyalty, and the desire to leave a meaningful mark on the world. Imagine standing before an empty throne. No crown, no applause, no kingdom waiting to praise you. Just silence, possibility, and the question of who you will become. True leadership does not begin when others recognize you. It begins when you decide to become someone worth following. Leo is often associated with the sun, the center of our solar system, the source of warmth, light, and life. Symbolically, this connection helps explain why people often describe Leo energy as visible, expressive, and difficult to ignore. Some people enter a room and immediately look for the brightest presence. Others simply become that presence without trying. It may be the way they speak, the confidence in their posture, the warmth of their smile, or the feeling that they are fully alive in a world where many people are afraid to be seen. But being seen is not always easy. The person who appears confident may have spent years learning how to hide uncertainty. The person who shines for everyone else may sometimes wonder who will bring light to them. The person who seems strong may secretly carry the fear that if they stop performing, stop achieving, or stop inspiring others, they will no longer be valued. This is one of the deeper stories inside the Leo archetype. The desire to shine is not always about attention. Sometimes it is about reassurance. Sometimes it is the need to know that your presence matters, that your effort has been noticed, and that the love you give has not disappeared into silence. Leo is often described as proud, but pride has more than one face. Healthy pride is the ability to recognize your own worth without needing to diminish anyone else. It is standing upright after disappointment. It is refusing to let rejection become your identity. It is remembering that one closed door cannot erase the gifts you carry. But wounded pride can become armor. It can make a person pretend they do not care when they care deeply. It can turn a small criticism into a personal attack. It can make vulnerability feel like weakness and apology feel like defeat. Yet, the strongest kings are not those who never make mistakes. They are the ones who can face themselves honestly, listen without collapsing, and change without believing that growth makes them smaller. A crown should not prevent self-reflection. It should demand it. Leo is also traditionally associated with creativity. This does not only mean painting, singing, acting, or performing. Creativity is the courage to bring something from the invisible world into reality. It is the willingness to say, I see something that does not exist yet, and I believe I can build it. It may appear through business, leadership, parenting, design, storytelling, problem-solving, fashion, humor, or the ability to transform an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. There is often a theatrical quality connected with Leo, but theater is not always pretending. Sometimes it is the art of expression. It is giving emotion a shape. It is turning pain into beauty, struggle into wisdom, and experience into a story that helps someone else feel less alone. People influenced by this archetype may feel most alive when they are creating, encouraging, entertaining, leading, or inspiring. When that creative fire is blocked, however, frustration can grow. The light has nowhere to go. This can lead to restlessness, dramatic reactions, or the feeling that life has become too small. The answer is not always more attention. Sometimes the answer is a new purpose. Leo is often at its best when it has something meaningful to protect, build, or believe in. The symbol of Leo is the lion, an animal long associated with strength, majesty, and courage. But courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means choosing to move while fear is still present. It means speaking when silence would be easier. It means protecting someone who cannot protect themselves. It means beginning again after embarrassment, disappointment, or failure. The lion does not need to roar every moment to prove that it is powerful. Real confidence can be quiet. It can look like patience. It can look like restraint. It can look like walking away from a battle that serves no purpose. One of the greatest lessons of Leo is learning that power does not always need an audience. You do not become less valuable when no one is clapping. You do not become less gifted when someone fails to recognize you. You do not become less powerful because another person is shining beside you. The sun does not argue with the stars, it simply rises. Generosity is another quality often connected with Leo. This generosity can be emotional, creative, practical, or material. A Leo-like personality may enjoy celebrating others, giving meaningful gifts, creating memorable experiences, defending loved ones, or making people feel special. When they love, they may love openly and wholeheartedly. Their loyalty can feel protective, almost royal, as though the people they care about have been welcomed into an inner kingdom. But generosity can become painful when it is not returned. A person may begin keeping an invisible record of everything they have given. They may wonder why others do not show love with the same intensity. They may feel forgotten when appreciation is not expressed. This is where the heart must learn an important truth. Love offered freely is powerful, but love offered only to earn recognition becomes a hidden contract. The healthiest form of generosity does not require self-abandonment. You can be warm without being used. You can be loyal without ignoring disrespect. You can give without emptying yourself. Even the sun disappears beyond the horizon each night. Rest does not make it less powerful. Boundaries do not make a generous person selfish. They protect the source of the generosity. Relationships can reveal both the beauty and the challenge of the Leo archetype. Leo is often associated with romance, devotion, affection, and grand expressions of love. There may be a desire to feel chosen, admired, and deeply appreciated, not merely tolerated, not quietly accepted. Chosen. When secure, this energy can make a partner feel adored, protected, and celebrated. When insecure, it may search constantly for proof of love. A delayed response can feel like rejection. A lack of praise can feel like indifference. Another person's success can awaken the fear of becoming invisible. The deeper lesson is that love cannot survive as a performance. A relationship is not a stage where one person must always be the star and the other must always applaud. Real love creates room for both people to shine. It allows admiration without worship, honesty without humiliation, and independence without abandonment. Leo energy grows when it realizes that being loved for the true self is more meaningful than being admired for an image. Leadership is perhaps one of the strongest themes linked to Leo, but leadership is often misunderstood. A title does not make someone a leader. Attention does not make someone a leader. Control does not make someone a leader. Leadership is the ability to create courage in others. It is taking responsibility when something goes wrong and sharing credit when something goes right. It is recognizing the people who are often overlooked. It is making decisions based not only on ego, but also on wisdom. The immature ruler asks, "How can this make me look powerful?" The wise ruler asks, "How can this help the people who trust me?" The throne is not merely a symbol of status. It is a symbol of responsibility. Anyone can desire the crown. Not everyone is prepared for its weight. The shadow of Leo appears when confidence becomes arrogance, leadership becomes control, passion becomes anger, and self-respect becomes an inability to admit fault. These shadows do not make someone bad. They reveal areas where the desire to feel safe has become distorted. Arrogance may hide insecurity. Control may hide fear. Anger may hide hurt. Dramatic behavior may hide the desperate wish to be understood. When the shadow is faced honestly, it can be transformed. Arrogance can become dignity. Control can become guidance. Anger can become courage. The need for attention can become the ability to inspire. The same fire that destroys can also illuminate. Everything depends on how it is used. There may come a time in the life of a Leo-like person when the applause fades, a plan fails, a relationship ends, or confidence is shaken. In that moment, the identity built around being strong, admired, or successful may begin to crack. Yet this is not always a downfall. Sometimes it is an initiation. The empty throne appears again, but now it asks a deeper question. Who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when you cannot impress anyone? Who are you when your name is not being praised, your work is not being recognized, and your strength is not being celebrated? This is where the inner king or queen is born, not in admiration, but in self-knowledge, not in perfection, but in truth, not in the crown, but in the character of the person wearing it. Perhaps the real gift of Leo is not the ability to stand above others. Perhaps it is the ability to remind others that they also carry light. The greatest leaders do not create followers who feel small. They create people who remember their own strength. The greatest performers do not simply demand attention. They awaken emotion. The greatest hearts do not give love to prove their importance. They give because love is part of their nature. To embody the highest expression of Leo is to shine without blinding, lead without dominating, love without possessing, and stand proudly without refusing humility. It is knowing that confidence and kindness can exist together. It is understanding that vulnerability does not remove the crown. It makes the person beneath it real. So if you have always felt that your life was meant to become something more, perhaps the question is not whether you deserve a throne. The question is what kind of ruler you would become if you finally accepted your power. Would you use your voice to inspire or intimidate? Would you use your light to guide or demand attention? Would you protect your heart with walls or strengthen it with wisdom? The crown is not given once. It is earned through every choice you make when no one is there to praise you. It is earned through courage, discipline, generosity, accountability, and the willingness to become more honest than you were yesterday. You do not need permission to begin. You do not need applause to continue. You do not need to prove that you are the brightest person in the room. Your task is simply to become the truest version of yourself. Stand before the throne. Feel the warmth of the rising sun. Remember every moment that tried to make you smaller. Remember every time you survived without recognition. Remember every person you encouraged while carrying your own private battles. The crown was never only a symbol of importance. It was a reminder of responsibility, purpose, and the light you are capable of bringing into the world. Whether you believe deeply in astrology or simply enjoy it as a mirror for reflection, the story of Leo offers a timeless message. Do not be afraid of your fire, but learn to master it. Do not be ashamed of your desire to matter, but do not let recognition become your only source of worth. Love boldly. Create fearlessly. Lead responsibly. Apologize sincerely. Rest without guilt. Celebrate others without believing their light diminishes yours. And when life places you before an empty throne, do not wait for someone else to crown you. Become the person who has earned the right to sit there.